Ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all remember the mass shooting of Ethan Crumbley and his parents got arrested. Well, today, Jennifer Crumbley was found guilty. This case is really unprecedented. And the reason why I'm telling you this case is a game changer. These parents that are indoctrinating their children at home and getting weapons for their kids, and now parents will be responsible for what their underage kids are doing. So if they leave out of your house with a weapon and start shooting at a school, the parents are going to pay a price for that. This case is really going to open the door for that. You didn't see a lot of this in the past. You would just see the underage child get arrested and get locked up. Now that's going to all change. I really believe this case is going to change it all now. Now, this was his mother. The father still did not go on trial. So if she is found guilty, it's a great chance the father is going to go down the same path as well. And boy, look at how much Jennifer Crumley changed. When you look at her in a maroon color, that's how she looked when she first got arrested. And they were arrested in December of 2021. And look at what she looks like today. Look at what prison has done. It's almost like she's aged 10 years in a short period of time. But you know what? I can't feel bad. Y'all don't care about how prison has a toll on people from my community. So Jennifer and her husband chose to go to work, and they knew Ethan Crumbley left with a weapon out of their house. She even text messaged him and said, "Don't do it." Now, her boss got up on the stand and said she could have left the job and went up to that school. It was nothing stopping her from leaving her job. They would not have had any problem if she would have left her job that day to go up to the school to get her son out. She didn't do that. Her husband did not do that. They knew something wasn't right, but they went on to work. And she even said she wished that he would have shot them instead of the people up at the school. But, this is the price you pay when you were not being a parent. You failed to be a parent that day. And now you're going to stay in jail and pay the consequences. Not because you pulled the trigger, but your underage son did. So, y'all, I think leading into the future, you're going to see a lot more of these parents going down for not being real parents to their children. You're going to see this a lot more often. So let's get into it. Jennifer Crumley, the jury finds her guilty of involuntary manslaughter in son's school shooting. And if you remember, Ethan Crumley, who got a life sentence, he wiped out 4 people up at his school. That's what he did. So a jury has found Jennifer Crumley, the mother of the Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumley, guilty of involuntary manslaughter in connection with the shooting of 4 students at Oxford High School in November of 2021. And if you remember, they tried to get away. His parents, they tried to escape, and they were found at a warehouse. Now, this took place in Michigan, and it really didn't take the jury long to deliberate. They deliberated for 11 hours beginning Monday morning. And, they found her, came back and found her guilty in 11 hours. So her sentencing will be April 9th. Now, her husband, James, he also faces the same charges that she faced. His trial will be coming up in March. Wow. So Ethan went on trial. I believe he was on trial back in November, December, and he got a life sentence. So, wow. It didn't take them long to sentence the mother. So I would imagine it probably won't take that long when the father goes on trial. So school officials had called the Crumbleys that morning of the mass shooting, and no, they chose to not come up and take their son out of school. If you remember, they noticed the strange behavior in him. They called the parents and they flat out would not go up to the school to get their son. And, I'm kind of glad they got her boss, and her boss said there was no way they would have refused her if she had to leave over her son. She had ample opportunity to leave that morning if she had to do so. So, anyway, despite the school telling them that he needed immediate help, and they still didn't go up to get him. The parents told the school they could not take him home because they were both at work, and that if he left school, he would walk home and be alone. That's what they told the school, instead of going up to get their son. Can you imagine if they would have just got off their butts and left their jobs to get their son? Nobody probably would have lost their life. Wow. So they couldn't get him, and if he leaves school, he would have to walk home alone, and he'd be alone. He would walk home alone and be alone when he got home. That was their answer as parents. Wow. School officials, they contacted the parents because they were worried about the state of his mental health that morning. They did not think it would be a good idea for him to be up at the school. And there were concerns over him being, taking his own life. They were concerned over that as well. Mm, mm, mm. So the only thing the parents told them is they would get him mental health care, but refused to go get him. So the school said that they were very nonchalant during the time they spoke to the parents. And, you know, we all see the end result. Now she's going to think about this for the rest of her life. And a lot came out in court about an affair she was having with a man. And I believe this was a longtime friend. And they even had him in court. So she was sending text messages with this man that she was having an affair with. And I was like, wow, you really weren't paying attention to your son. Wow. And even the man she was having an affair, I think his name was Brian Maloch, and he was saying that the shooting could have been prevented and the school should not have sent him back to class. So even her lover said that in court. So if you know your son is mentally ill and there things are wrong with him emotionally, why would you purchase him a gun? That's what they did. They purchased a gun as a gift for a child that was completely unhinged. That doesn't even make any sense. Boy, talk about some bad parenting and the extramarital affairs, because the mother was not the only one having an affair. Apparently, the father was too. So, y'all, at the end of the day, just listening to this case, I do not feel bad that these parents are jailed. They are one of many, as far as I'm concerned, that should be jailed. And America has waited way too long to getting around to holding these parents accountable for what their children have done when it comes down to these mass shootings. They have waited way too long to get around to this. Y'all tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.